How you ever felt like all your efforts online are just a chaotic mess? You're juggling a bunch of different skills, but nothing seems to connect? Well, if that's you, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to build a machine, a powerful mental model that turns all that chaos into a well-oiled digital growth engine. Let's get into it. Okay, take a look at the image on the left. Does that feel a little familiar? That tangle of skills, the wasted energy, the feeling like you're just not getting anywhere? Yeah, a lot of us have been there. But the goal, what we're aiming for, is that picture on the right. Total clarity. An integrated system where every single part just works together perfectly. And this is really the core idea we're talking about today. Real success isn't just about being good at one thing. It's about how all your skills connect and build on each other to create this unstoppable momentum. So the big question is, how do you actually build a system like that? Well, here it is. This is the blueprint for that exact system. We're going to build this engine together, and we're going to focus on its 4 essential gears: attract, create, convert, and mastery. This is how we get from chaos to clarity. All right, first things first, every engine needs fuel to run, right? For our engine, that fuel is attention. So let's start with the very first gear, the attract gear. This is all about getting the right people to notice you. The whole job of this first gear is to drive targeted traffic. And I mean targeted. We're not just looking for anyone to show up. We're looking for high-intent buyers. You know, the people who are out there actively searching for the exact solutions that you offer. This gear is basically your customer magnet. So how do we switch this magnet on? By mastering the platforms where your buyers are already hanging out. With Google Ads, for example, it's all about nailing the trifecta, picking the right keywords, getting a high-quality score, which is just Google's way of saying your ad is relevant, and, most importantly, your return on ad spend. In other words, for every dollar you put in, how many dollars are you getting back out? It's that simple. So, you've attracted an audience. People are showing up. That's awesome. But now you've got to give them a reason to stay, right? And that brings us to our second super important gear, create. Think of this gear as your content factory. It's where you produce all the high-quality, valuable stuff that grabs people's attention and starts to build your brand's authority. We're talking about professional visuals and videos that are so good, they literally make people stop scrolling. And the tools for this gear are more than just software. It's about strategy. With design, it's understanding basic color theory. You know, how to use complementary colors to make something pop, or analogous colors to create a sense of harmony. For video, it's about having a smart workflow, maybe combining the heavy lifting power of Premiere Pro with the fun social-ready effects in an app like CapCut. Okay, so we're getting traffic and we're creating amazing assets. That's fantastic, but let's be real, it doesn't pay the bills. Now we need the gear that turns all that potential into actual profit. And that is the convert gear. The convert gear is all about 2 things, monetization and efficiency. Its job is to build automated systems that do the selling for you, turning all that interest into income, often without you having to lift a finger. So how do we make this happen automatically? Well, there are 2 key tools. First, using things like WhatsApp flows for quick and easy marketing. But the real secret sauce, the game changer here, is architecting something called a value ladder. It's a brilliant strategy for building trust and guiding customers toward your most valuable services. Let's take a closer look at how that works. So check this out. The value ladder is genius. You start at the bottom rung with a super low-risk offer, something like a free guide, just to earn some trust. Then you gently guide them up, maybe to a low-cost book, then to a more in-depth course, and finally, all the way up to your premium high-value consulting. See how each step builds on the last? It makes the next sale feel totally natural. So at this point, our engine is running. It's attracting people, it's creating great stuff, and it's converting sales. It's actually making money. But how do we make it run better? How do we make it more efficient? To really take control, we need to install the final gear, mastery. Now, this gear isn't just another step in the process. Think of it more like a layer of intelligence that sits on top of the whole engine, like the dashboard in your car. Mastery is all about understanding the why behind your results. It's about looking at the data and the finances to make smarter decisions that will accelerate your growth. And the tools for mastery are all about seeing that bigger picture. On one side, you have data analytics, learning some simple ways to look at your business data to see what's really working and what isn't. And on the other side, it's about financial literacy. You know, understanding the core concepts like profit, loss, and return on investment. This is what gives you ultimate control over your engine's performance. All right, we did it. We've installed all four gears. So now let's step back for a second and take a look at the complete engine that we've just built and see how it all works together in perfect harmony. And there it is, your complete digital growth engine. You can see how the energy just flows from one gear to the next, from attract to create to convert, all overseen by mastery. It's not just a random list of skills anymore, is it? It's a powerful, coherent system where every single part makes the others stronger. And the power of this engine really comes from how each gear does its job so well. You're attracting customers with precision, you're creating content that has a real impact, you're converting sales with automation, and you're mastering the whole process with data and insight. When all four of those are firing, you create that unstoppable momentum we talked about at the very beginning. You know, the best part about all of this? This isn't just some interesting idea. You now have the blueprint. You understand all the components and, more importantly, how they all fit together. This mental model, this entire framework is yours to use. So I'll leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Think about your own career, your own business, as an engine. Look at these four gears we talked about: attract, create, convert, and mastery. Be honest with yourself. What's the one gear that you need to focus on building or upgrading right now?